Depending on the situation and the area, summer heat could be one of the most glorious and relaxing experiences, or it can be absolute hell on earth. I've spent a majority of my summers only having to deal with being in the lower 90s, which, come vacation time at a lakeside cabin is great, but, running, biking, playing any sport in those temperatures, and you'll pretty much be nailed into a coffin in no time. However, compared to other parts of the world, Washington heat is, well, pretty mid. Down in the southwest United States, there are cities and areas that are constantly being bombarded with like 50 straight days of 110-degree temperatures, no rain, and enough UV rays to turn a parking lot into a deep fryer. The world's hottest temperature was recorded in the southwest United States, 134 degrees in Death Valley National Park, all the way back in 1913 at Furnace Creek. Like, the Southwest is no joke when it comes to heat. So it should be a complete shocker for everyone in the world that someone not only built a town in this area, no, that's not enough. How about the fifth largest city in the US by population? Welcome, everyone, to Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix summer heat is an experience that I would never wish upon my worst enemy. Like, imagine having to endure not a week, not a month, but 100 consecutive days of temperatures over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I can pretty much guarantee that if it's the summertime and you look up Phoenix forecast in Google, every single day will be 115 degrees or higher. I swear to God, you'll have a higher chance of surviving a climb up Mount Everest with no equipment or gear than hiking Camelback Mountain in 115-degree weather. It's not actually just the climate alone that causes these temperatures in Phoenix. The city suffers from one of the worst phenomena any city can have. The urban island heat effect. Picture this, right? It's really hard for your city to cool down when you have freshly paved roads and parking lots as far as the eye can see, no trees or grass to, cool the air or provide some shade, and skyscrapers to block the wind and trap warm air. It really grinds my gears knowing that Phoenix took one look at Houston and basically said, yeah, let's do that, but in a desert. Every single Walmart parking lot in this city is essentially the Grand Prismatic Spring. Speaking of roads, for anyone in the audience that actually might be living in Phoenix, how do you guys even, drive during the summer? Like Phoenix heat is enough to turn your car into an absolute oven. And I mean that both figuratively and literally. I could pull up any social media platform and I could just show you hundreds of videos of people just straight cooking burgers in their cars in Phoenix. I feel really bad for anyone who's moving across from the United States to Phoenix for a new job and they bring their black Jeep with them. Good luck with that, buddy. If you don't want to cook in the car or you're just feeling the mood for breakfast, you can also just go with eggs on the sidewalk. I hear that's a delicacy in the Phoenix area. And then after you're done cooking some food up in your Ford Focus, it'll soon be time for bed. And if you live in Phoenix and don't have air conditioning, you're not going to bed. And again, that's because of the urban heat island effect. All those paved roads and parking lots and 4-lane arterial highways, they stay warm during the night. During the summer, the nightly temperatures can still be as high as 90 degrees with no sun. At that point, you might as well just take 50 milligrams of melatonin and see the Hat Man every single night, because that's the only way you're gonna fall asleep. I swear to God, dude, air conditioning has got to be one of the greatest inventions mankind has ever made. AC is the only reason Phoenix can and still exists. Not only that, that's the one thing we got as a country against Europe. Because if 5 million people can call Phoenix home, I don't want to hear a single complaint about European heat. Are we f***ing for real right now? Phoenix also has its own special weather event that, well, at least to my knowledge, doesn't really occur anywhere else in the United States. Haboobs. The ground is so dry here that when the occasional thunderstorm roams in, the downdraft kicks up all the dirt and forms these massive walls that eat up the city. Phoenix can pretty much just turn into a scene straight out of WALL-E in an instant if it wants to. Also, just forget about being a human in this heat for a sec. What is it like for the dogs in this city? Does anyone in Phoenix even have a dog? How are you expected to take your dog on a walk through the neighborhood without completely subjecting their paws to the iron press that is the Phoenix asphalt? However, there is one thing I do understand, and it's kind of the one positive side to building a city in the desert is the winter. Winters in Phoenix are, relatively mild. The average winter temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That's easy t-shirt weather during a time where a huge portion of the country turns into a winter wonderland, while North Dakota turns into the Soviet gulags. Getting to spend Christmas in some sunshine while it's not too cold or too relatively warm definitely has to be a pretty good experience for anyone looking to escape the suffering of single-digit temperatures in the winter. Another cool feature is that while yes, I do hate urban sprawl, It kind of works in this way, at least kind of. Mainly because the city like actually built around most of the mountains in the area. It's kind of cool to see these mountains sprawled across the city like this, and I can guarantee you that the views at night are pretty cool. Anyways, going back to the heat, another issue that goes hand in hand with this heat is water. In order to give you a hyperbolized version of the history of water in Phoenix, basically every time Phoenix grows, they run out of water, and every time they run out of water, they somehow pull a new way to get water out of their ass. The Hohokam people built canals through the Salt River area almost 2,000 years ago, and were able to flourish for a while until some droughts hit the area, and everyone realized how stupid of an idea it is to build a city here. Then, in the 1800s, this dude named Jack Swilling comes to the area and does what any white person would do, steal the canal idea for his own benefit. As Phoenix rose from its ashes, they lit... Oh, that's why they named it that. Droughts began to come back, and the same issue the Hohokam faced is now passed down to the settlers. So Teddy Roosevelt builds a big-ass dam to provide a way to collect and store water for people in Phoenix. The city begins to grow again, and then the water runs out again. The settlers start pumping the shit out of the groundwater, so the city basically has to jump in and say, hey, stop abusing the groundwater, we kind of need all this shit for our people. The city continues to grow again, and so does the state of Arizona. And the state of Arizona wants to try to get some more water for its people from the Colorado River. However, California does what California likes to do and tries taking resources away from other states. The two states go to war to see who can get the most water from the Colorado River, and while California for the most part comes out on top, Arizona is able to secure some water for their people. It's basically this entire cycle of Phoenix just growing in size forever, so they have to accompany that by finding some new way to get water to their people. And it's gotta stop at some point, right? I don't think Jack Swilling ever would have imagined that his canal system would turn into this. Come the next century, I mean, I don't even know if Phoenix will be able to keep up with their water usage if they grow as they are right now. Luckily for all of you people living in Phoenix, I did some research and I think I know the root cause of your water issues for now, or at least a temporary fix. And the solution is stop building golf courses. I don't know what it is with city developers here in Phoenix and golf courses, but like, dude, they really love their golf courses here. Phoenix has over 200 golf courses in the area, and pretty much all of them are built within these master plan communities of houses. Real estate developers here have basically just uncovered an unlimited money glitch where they can pretty much guarantee the sale of houses or residencies if they just like plop a golf course in between the target and the in and out. Arguably, the biggest of these golf courses, or at least the most famous, being TPC Scottsdale, which, to give the course credit, its 17th hole actually makes golf look fun. Not only that, the place has got like several resorts around the golf course and then like hundreds of Airbnbs so that all of like the rich Arizona State frat boys can get drunk on hole 17 and then go link up with Clavicular at the club, and then I don't even know what they do at that school anymore. Better yet, here's another golf course. Take a look at Raven Golf Club. Pine trees? In Arizona? What? Well, I mean, at least the golf course is like attempting to keep its golfers alive by like giving them shade, unlike the rest of the city. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. Like, the epidemic of golf courses in this area is especially evident if you just like go on Google Maps and just kind of start exploring the outskirts of the metropolitan area. There are these random ass neighborhoods in the middle of nowhere that are like a perfect square, and then it's just nothing right next to them. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Actually, I literally just realized that the reason they're building golf courses here is because they want to entice all of the boomers to come retire here, and then they die fast so the population can, like, keep using water here. Not only do you have to worry about drying up while playing golf, but you also have to worry about being abducted by aliens. On March 13th, 1997, Phoenix literally turned into Independence Day. These random-ass group of lights just, started casually floating by the city, and those aren't, like, 6 separate aircrafts. Apparently, this is, like, one giant V-shaped aircraft, or at least that's according to the urban legend. This was a very rare and unique moment in the UFO sphere because this was probably like the most widely witnessed UFO sighting in human history. Like, this wasn't some random dude just telling everyone about how he like got it on with an alien after he was abducted. There's actually a guy who says that happened to him, by the way, fun fact. No, but this time, these lights were seen by millions in a metropolitan area. The Arizona governor just like held a press conference and he was just like, oh, hey guys, we found the aliens. And he just pulls like some random dude in like an alien costume. He's like, haha, guys, yay, we found the aliens. And then like 10 years later, he's like, yeah, that was kind of creepy. I don't know what the hell that was. But I don't know, man. I'm not saying that it was aliens. I'm just simply telling you the theories here, okay? And of course, in all places, this happened in Phoenix. I'm gonna give this city probably like a B minus, honestly. I mean, I probably should come back to here. The only time I was here was like 3 hours in an airport on a layover. And it looked pretty promising. Not only that, but like you got the Grand Canyon nearby, you got like some cool forests and like probably some cool camping spots up in those mountains north of the city. However, if I'm going to live there, I'm probably going to need a couple rounds of exposure therapy first. Like, I can barely survive in 90-degree weather. I can only imagine what 110 is like. Anyways, that's the end of this video, and I'll end with a quick reminder to subscribe to my channel so, I can actually afford rent one day, but I still have to get the requirements for that, so yeah, thanks. Okay, bye.